Go! Why am I at 7K bitrate, bro? I should be at 6. What's popping, lady and gents? We're finishing Pentiment tonight, as we're trying to. Let's get ourselves a shout out. Let's fucking go. Make sure my controller works. What do I got? Oh yeah, I remember that I didn't know what the fuck I was supposed to be doing. I should go to the Kreutzer house for some reason. I'm just gonna go. No questions asked. I'm going to the Kreutzer house. That's what my map tells me. You Kreutz? No, you're not Kreutz. Oh, you are Kreutz. What's up, Blacktail? What do you need? You've been obsessed with your painting. Mother said your grandfather read about the history. Granddad's reading came from the Abbey Library. You don't remember any of these old books? Hey, I got some people in here. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. We're finishing Pentiment tonight. We are trying to figure out exactly the history of this land because we're drawing a mural. And we are also trying to figure out who tried to kill our dad. Anything would help. We don't have any books on the old pagans, but we have their stuff. Shards of ceramic, animal bricks, a little bear carved. Where are you keeping these things? Oh, with the rest of the rocks. You can't much. Where did you find all this stuff? Carl. Who is Carl? I don't really know who Carl is. I'm gonna look at my what's the people's after. It's all out there in the fields under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have rotten. Their tools are good quality. Rusted to all to hell. I could probably use them today. They weren't Christians, but they weren't animals. They had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today. Did the pagans start the mine? Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why tasking was so important to the Romans in the first place. I'd always wondered why they settled in such a small alpine town. This has been a big help. Glad to spread some knowledge around, important for folks to know their path. Ah, what's up? Why are you on this account? Is this your laptop's account? Why is it always Waterspire? Alright, I'm gonna go blow my nose real quick. I'll be right back. I mean, it doesn't really fucking matter if you're Waterspire or weed. or whatever, or Sacramento, whatever the fuck. Spread some knowledge around important. You think all this pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over to the Wrath House tomorrow, if that help at all. That would be great. But no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. Until tomorrow. I really want to speak to Ursula, but I can't speak to her. To get back to the Red House and get to work. Okay, I've talked to everybody. It's Eva. Oh, she remarried. I see. She remarried. I wasn't looking for him. I think he wandered off towards the Red House. Put some respect on Sacramento, that's his name. Fucking Sacramento bully. What's your last one? Oh yeah, it's Paruma. He's dropping by the Red House more often as of late. There's too many girls in this game, Louis. And and what I mean by that is, if I want for the video to have like everything be dubbed, I need actresses. He's dropping by the Red House more often as of late. He's quite fond of you. He's working on town council business these days. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship. I help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Good of him to stay. I would worry that you'd be lonely otherwise. Probably wouldn't do it too shy. You think so? Fuck. You have a good mic though. But she puts her own videos on YouTube. What do you mean too shy? She puts her own videos of herself. I think Dad misses Mom even after all these years. About her accent, bah, who gives a shit? Everyone's gonna have a shit accent. That's the fun of it. You're gonna get to have a lot of fun actually, because in the when you play the first character, you know how I wanted you to be the main character. Oftentimes you have like conversations with characters, weird characters in your own mind. And instead of getting different people to do those voices, I think I'm just gonna have you do all the voices of the different characters in your own mind. You have like this philosopher, this like pious king, this like wise lady, and then this weird jester. I would jump, so you're gonna be able to, you know, have some fun finding different voices. I would worry that you'd be lonely otherwise. I don't know, how would we do that? You just have to, it's like me when I'm DMing, you know? I don't do it very well, but you'd have to find different ways to say it. Team little things Ots does. I mean recording. I mean you'll record it on your side and then send me the files. We'll hop on a Discord call and I'll give you the text and then you'll record it. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. You have a streamer mic, you have a good mic now. And even then, even people don't have good mic, I'm still gonna use them. Whatever. Whoever he marries will be a lucky woman. Give it time. What are you doing? She's giving us all the details. Okay. Time to start drawing this mural. It's more comfortable. Look at that. Oh, I can't. Don't call me Mag, you son of a bitch. Put some respect on my name. Clock Tower. Wrath House. What is this thing? A community hall. Biggest building in Tassing. Altus clock took ages to build, please. That's where Otto died. He died at the Wrath House. construction site. This is the Stoltz house, and he hasn't coughed. Rat house. Work on the mural. Magdalene. Easier. Damn, pull out his whole full Christian name. How's the mural going? There's nothing on the walls, motherfucker. I think that's too mean. I have to choose what I'm gonna depict. I think this one's the cool. I think this one's the most important. It shows how we lived, who we were. This one would certainly be funny to see depicted. I like this one. Sounds kind of boring. Strongest connection. That's what I'm saying. Figure this portion of the mural out. I better start thinking about the next section. You beat it into him. Verbally. Right to match you. Much shit to do. This chapter's a lot less open-ended than the others. What do I read? I'm trying to fucking go up there with the weird movement mechanics, but there's a fucking interactable, you dumb shit. What's up, father? Nothing much, okay. Going lurk. Alright, you been lurk. Only one last follow before the 50. Yeah, I know. I know. Can't make much out. Fuck, I wanted to read this book so bad. The section about the various dedications erected in the town. Erigo simulacrum in agre ut mars nostrum operum conspiciat. One seems like a dedication to Mars, to bless a field. Sedit Diana, Diana's the goddess of the hunt. Locos caturiginosus ipsa. One talks about Diana wedding herself, dating in the spring maybe. Sheesh, baby on board 19. I don't know who you are, but there you go. We beat our goal. We have 50 follows. Let's fucking go. Thanks for the follow, man. Oremus ut defendat opidum. Lost my controller in all this excitement. Baby on board 19. Funny name. This one isn't as hard. If this isn't another one of Response, then what's up, baby? How you doing? Sound like a player saying that. This one isn't as hard. Let us pray so that he or she really made it. Someone better Latin than me could help me read it. This book's so big. Could ask Sister Gertrude. Or Baltus. Werner. I don't want to walk Axe Werner. One of my colleagues. Ah. Well, thank you, collègue de Louis. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish reading my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Mathieu knew some of the abbeys. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah. Alright, okay, I got a bunch of shit to do. A bunch of letters to write. Let's revert Mathieu. Siniso, Archdeacon of Sion. Remember the dollar, blah blah blah. But now we're writing the old bespeckled, well, the small old bespeckled Mathieu, what he knew about Kearsaw's early history. Four Clares, order of contemplative nuns founded by Saint Clare and Francis of Assisi. Four Clares are devoted to extreme poverty. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to set a new sub goal, and I'm gonna have to get back to 3 average viewers, and then I'll be affiliated. I guess I don't even know where to begin. I'll have to make bonds work again. Don't say that. I could just become a better streamer. And get more people. Our good doctor is incompetent and a known drunkard, so he's been of little additional help. I can only pray that between resting and my ministrations, Dad can. What the fuck? There's a typo in my video game? Dad can at least be comfortable. I have no idea who would want to do this. I found a note by him too. All it said was stop. It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in tasking has such skill in script, as far as I know. Anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I had my hand full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. The town council then the mural. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. I made a fuss about my being too young. Not experienced enough, not strong enough. You know how it is. I shouldn't have expected working on the mural to become a welcome distraction. No worrying about that. Watts has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints. Sweet, and I'm glad for the company. Okay, am I an odds enjoyer or not? I don't wish to be mean, but I'm not super into odds either. No middle. I can't be a centriste. I can't be in the middle ground. I have to make a choice. Whatever. Just want it in time for Dad to see it. I don't know how long I'll have. Our dad's dying. Okay, it's time to sleep. I wrote to Mathieu, I wrote to Esther. Not to Esther. Yeah, to Esther. I don't think I have anything else to do. Let's go to sleep. I fully wasn't even correctly synced with the animation, man. The sound work really is not super polished in this game. Even this animation is... You could have really felt the acceleration of time and the deceleration. We didn't really feel it. First letter is from Reverend Mathieu. Oh, he's still with his boyfriend. Mr. Drucker, and it was not acquainted with your family during my years at Curacao. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing to catalog the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Curacao Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Curacao family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Curacao changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. It may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Hey, what's up, Antoine? On your phone's account, I hit 50 followers. Let's go! Now I just need the 3 average viewers. How is... You're next to Ibiza, right? No? Yeah, I hit the 50 followers. 10 minutes ago. Stoyakirsi. This is burned the history of your Curacao. That sisters of the poor clerics have formed a new chapter at the abbey. Of costly property is not driven into impoverish the shrine of St. Maurice. Assign the contents of Curaçao's former occupants to a bonfire. You may find something there. I can't bot right now. Gotta wait till Monday stream, boss. Yeah, I know. How's vacation? It's hard to be overjoyed at the news of your neighbor's labor. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done, but we can all find redemption through Christ. We must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that's all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Huguenots have this one for their vocal and somewhat violent opposition to the Catholic Church and Lutherans, Protestant branches. Winters come swiftly. Huguenots and Lutherans plague my homeland. Thank the Lord you still live in a land ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The most renowned blah blah blah. Another reply from Esther. Oh, Mag. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your fathers. My parents send their deepest condolences. Vacations are great. I hadn't seen the sun for months. You know, you can go outside even in Paris, you know. I know it's cloudy most of the time, but it's true that I don't see the sun a lot either. If I can provide you with anything from Prague, you need only send a word. I know we are further away than it's easy to travel, but I will see that we can do what Hashem allows. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. He remembers great strife. Old blood about the revolt. I mean, yeah, that's more or less what it is. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I'm encouraged to hear that the town council lets you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age when all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. I'm glad you found some joy in your work on the mural. We're all well here. Alicia has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. Count Simond his family to move. He's planning on working as a doctor. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now, so I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. So I don't know how much you caught to this game on Twin if you're still here, but I am now in chapter 3, and between every chapter there's like a significant time gap. And so right now we're playing someone who was a child in chapter 2 and who wasn't even born during chapter 1. You still have about finishing the next video? And would you still want to work on a short hike when you get home, or do you want to switch to Chicory? That was the initial idea, but maybe we're not we're not far enough into short hike to like call it off. Maybe you still have a bunch of ideas floating around in your head. When am I supposed to come? Where is he? Went to last week out pretending to be a doctor. At least he showed up and his patients felt better. Should try to find him later. He seemed sad over what happened during the revolt. He didn't tell me anything. Nobleman after the Romans left. The Archdeacon did suggest the poor clerics might be held on some records. Well, see, I don't want a short hike to take too long and delay Chicory again and again. I agree with that. But also, because, you know, you were in a short hike, so you had a bunch of ideas, I'm sure, and maybe coming back to that. If it was only polish you had to do when you came back to it, it would have been with a fresh set of eyes, so it would have been good. But if you have like the structure in your head, and you lose that structure because you move on to other projects, you know, it could also be slow. So it's up to you. It's up a lot to how you feel. Maybe we give ourselves half a week to try to finish a short hike and then move on. But this weekend I'll try to get the decoupage technique done for Citizen Sleeper. This recruit doesn't come out of the Covenant much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Elsa, thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family, but the Kevias used to live all up and down this valley. Maybe something remaining in the Abbey's ruins. I should definitely see what's left. I don't like that place. Passing Christian history. Well, also Antoine, I don't know. I don't think I talked to you, but the idea I have for this game is gonna be really fun. Because it's a lot of reading, kind of like Citizen Sleeper, but I haven't been reading. Like I have done like a lot of streams where I'm just like reading for an hour and I'm not reading it out to the audience. What I wanted to do was I wanted the video to be like, I made my friends dub this entire game, and I'm gonna cut out the video and I'm gonna have a bunch of different people voice all the different characters. So it's pretty much like we're gonna be making we're gonna be doing a montage son and mixage and recording of an animated film, because we're gonna take this. We're probably gonna cut the stream's audio for a lot of the parts because we don't want me talking over the people, or we don't, you know, and we're pretty much just gonna be doing an animated film. Except the animation is the game. Hey, it's up Artemis. I just gotta find a lot of women, because there's a lot of women in this game and I don't have that many women friends. I was trying to do something. What the fuck was I trying to do? So, poor Claire's may have preserved whatever was left in Kearsarge. Sister Gertrude. I also need to talk about Sister Gertrude about need to talk to Sister Gertrude about the book, so I'm just gonna go to the monastery, to the abbey, to what's left of the abbey now. What's up, Carl? Who the fuck is Carl? I don't remember Carl. Dr. Solt says that needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. I was supposed to check in my glossary, but I forgot. I was like, yeah, Martha, I think you're in a good mood. On days the Lord strengthens me, I like going a bit higher up the mountain. Anton. Probably died. I wonder if we had successfully convinced Caspar to leave in Act 2, he'd actually be here. Maybe we'd even be playing as him. I don't think we'd be playing as him, but maybe we could have actually meet him. We could actually meet him. Shouldn't have been with me that night. Oh, he died during the fucking raid. Really? Someone brought that home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. I don't remember who they are. I'm shouting, where's Anton? I don't understand where Anton had gone. God, man. I was discussing this with colleagues at today, but this game really puts, you know, justice at what cost, right? Because I gave them... I'm pretty sure Guy was the murderer. Chapter 2. I'm pretty sure I gave them the right man, but it led to the burning of the church and the soldiers. Had I given them Hana instead, would everyone have died? But how could I have known? It's so difficult. The Lord bless and keep her. It's time we continue with the walk. Who the fuck is Carl? Carl. Farmer in the revolt, husband to the late Helena, father of Martha and the late Anton, who died in the revolt. Who was Helena? Do I remember if I go up to Helena? Helena, I don't know who Helena is. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I had to go speak to Gertrude. You to tell me more about the Covenant's history. What's in the shrine? Hey, the hand is still there. Who's the prioress? Who are you? And Ziska. I heard that you're taking up the mural. Your enthusiasm is most troubling to some people in town. Curious to... Yes, I'm concerned for you. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it's no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. What's she trying to say? Pursuit of such trade is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. Imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tazing worthy of you, or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. Fuck no. Magdalene. A disregard for authority and decency shows that you would benefit from covenant life. Such impetuousness is precisely why I offer you a place here. Fuck no. Oh, welcome to the stream, Mark. Yeah. There's no more. Oh, there's a cat still there. I have many questions for you, Gertrude. I'm afraid it isn't good enough. Fuck. I don't want to go to Werner. But I have to go to Werner anyway to ask him why the fuck he didn't go see my dad. Okay. I have another question anyway. I have more. I want to ask you about the history. I wrote to Reverend Mathieu. He placed firsthand. Mathieu became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role. But I don't suppose that's what you came up the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history. So I was hoping you could show me around the convent to tell me about its history. Poor Clars don't allow outsiders within the convent. Convent? Convent? Where do you put the inflation in this word? Even other women. Mother Francisca, I know who she is, I just saw her. Wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. So, have you been following this game, Arctic, or are you completely lost? Do I need to explain to you why I am now Magdalene, 21, and not Andres? Makes my job difficult. I'm lost, but don't explain it. I'll watch the video. Okay. But what about the stream, you know? What about the streaming experience? Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considered joining the convent, she would... I just blew her off. Why didn't you tell me that beforehand? I just blew her off as much as I could. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life. I lost my controller again. I can find myself. Touring the convent will make some time. Would you like to see Mother Francisca now? Yeah, let's go. Fine. I actually want... it's like I just didn't speak to her. To serve the Lord. Now, what is this about? Searching for a place in the world. If God is calling you to the convent. I thought it was covent. I didn't know there was an N. Covent. I am more than willing to help you fulfill the divine cause. Saint Sash. Yeah, let's not lie. This one. Did I encourage such a reason for joining the order? Command me to be fruitful and multiply. If the Lord brings you to the convent for such a reason, some women are born barren. Please come. Hey, we're gonna get to go inside for the first time. Wait, well, this is not the convent. Likewise, another sister is your own personal property. Lord called us into a life of poverty and service. Does such a life appeal to you? Just not have understood. We have deliberately closed ourselves off from the world. I won't have a laywoman bothering the sisters. However, I will allow Sister Suzanne to show you our duties. Thanks. Truthfully, I'm not here to join the convent. I'm looking for references for a mural. Are you finishing today? Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to take a look around. Convent has many parts. The kitchen, the aquarium, chapter house, the yard, and an old workshop. I'll leave it to you to decide where to go first. Go to the chapel. This is the convent. It looks very much like the chapel. Here we all gather for mass and liturgy. It's the oldest part and the most drafty. Hello again, Gertrude. Minor retouches, but it represented the abbey from its earliest days. Oh, there's the tower and the library. The cloister is still being constructed here. Tower was a Bergfried long before the structure became a monastery. Gifted to the Pentiment and the Holy Roman Empire grew. Holy Roman Empire? It's holy and it's Roman. It's an empire. They had no use for it as a keep. Oh, do you see, Arctic? I hit the 50 followers. So now if I go back to 3 average viewers, supposedly I'll supposedly be affiliated. Gang affiliated, actually. My whiteness is showing. These walls have protected passing from attacks of spirit and steel for generations. Noble history comparable to Annias' founding of Rome. God called Lady Sabine to lead her sisters and brothers in 1261. Lord Kearsaw's castle was destroyed by fire in the year of the death of the Emperor. Only the tower remained. A lot of fires, huh? Lady Kearsaw was actually the one to suggest the old castle be turned into a double monastery, second shortly after the revolt. Mother Illuminata thought it would be fitting, even if the sisters were not here. Some record of what occurred would remain. Ooh, okay. So the fire was actually what we lived through. What the hell? I tell bro if I stay to 3 average viewers, I would get affiliated, and he fucking leaves. The fuck? Kearsau is unique. A double monastery with 2 saints, 1 male and 1 female to guard the town and abbey. The foundation of the abbey was even older than the Holy Roman Empire. The monastery would reuse a placement for war and force. Seemed odd that a monastery would reuse a placement for war and force. Protection. See what else we can explore. Looks very similar to... Sorry, I saw a cat. I got distracted. Always wonderful to have visitors. Good to hear your voice. I enjoy when outsiders visit the convent. Convent. In French, there's no N, it's couvent, and I actually know how to spell that word. How do you pronounce it in English? Where's the outside world? Sister Lynchbe had the most wonderful voice. Frightened to leave. Becoming accustomed to a new place. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Who's the Queen of Curacao? The parades are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Mrs. making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. I'll probably return to my chores. So the kitchen is not anything interesting here. Marie and Yasubo take care of most of the kitchen duties, but everyone pitches in when needed. This is the grate. Grate that we were stuck under. Sabine. Yes, Yasubo. Okay. How goes the cooking? As well as the Lord's wills it. Privileged to prepare supper for the other sisters. The Almighty has brought me this gift. Just as Lord gave Paul a thorn in his side, so too did he give me the pains of age. You're fucking crazy. Don't believe the Lord wants us to suffer, sister. Well, didn't Christ die so we don't have to suffer unnecessarily? In the next life, yes. But even Christ said we would face hardships while we live on this earth. I've chosen to find meaning and devotion to the Lord through my hardship. God bless you. What about Marie? You were blessed. You were named after the mother. I'm considering joining the covenant. More about the covenant so that I can finish your rule. I'm gonna not lie to her. Hallelujah! You brought me such joy to me this day, child. You have a strong stomach. Perhaps you can help me in the kitchen. Butcher the animals. Great sustenance, but I feel butchering any animal is wrong according to the rule of Saint Francis. Founder of the Franciscan order, born in Assisi to wealthy parents, he was called to a life of poverty and preaching. With his follower Saint Clare, he helped found the order of Poor Clares. To cause suffering to any living creature is unnecessary and evil, even if God granted Adam and Eve dominion over the animals. The kitchen seems fairly simple as anything here from the Covenant's founding days. No more than the structure itself, I'm afraid. Look where it needs replacing. Some nights a ghost appeared to me by the cook fire, a lost spirit trapped between heaven and hell. It's just the great. The great. The figure was up through the very ground. Dawn and dusk. Yeah, someone came in. So people are still moving in and out of this place. Who was the sulfur girl? I forget. Fuck, man. I forget who the sulfur girl was. If only I paid attention to the name. I knew it was important. But I didn't pay attention to the name. I forgot. If only I knew the sulfur girl, everything would be so much clearer. Here's a little aquarium. Most of the Abbey's visitors come in here but aren't allowed to enter. We aren't allowed to go into the outside world either. Isolation is part of our vows. What do you think about religion, Arctic, if you're still here? Didn't you think about joining a cult a couple years back? Or was that months now? I'm stuck here staring at these walls for the rest of my life. Doesn't seem like thinks much of her life here. I can't blame her. And so she doesn't seem to have the passion. She hates her life so much. I should encourage her to leave. Well, there may be some reason she chose to stay. I'm happy here. My father promised me to the church as a baby, some oath he swore when my mother struggled. So there I was, dropped into the Poor Clares the summer I turned 17. That must suck. Took you just like that. Nobody asked what you wanted. So sorry, no one should be forced. We daughters are born to bear our family's legacy. Between our legs or on our backs, it doesn't matter. Damn. My family is devoted to the church. I've only been in the coven for 2 years, but I'm trying my best. I don't mind the prayers or the hours. I'm sure of my devotion to the Lord, but this isn't what I wanted. Since when did a woman ever get what she wanted without being punished? Eve couldn't even manage it. We can only do the best we can. I pray that one day it'll be different. Understand I have more autonomy to go where I want, but I'm still bound by the expectations. One day it'll be different. Sometimes I get jealous of Sister Gertrude and even Sister Margaret. They're devoted. At least they got to see something on the outside world before they were 20. If you could be anything, what would you be? Been happy just to be a shopkeeper's life. We went to the chapel. It's just the courtyard left. Colder today. How much in the yard that could help you? I think anything that was here has been covered in weeds. All I know about this place is that the walls were added when the convent was built in the monastery. Oh, God bless you, Sister Benedicta. This ice is hard. She's the one that sinks in and out. Only one sister to deal with the townsfolk. Oh no, she's not the one. Burden more. Like I have to run around everywhere, gather all the food, and doing all the chores. Snooping. I don't mind it at all. It's far quieter than home, and I don't have to share my bed with my siblings anymore. Who? Mauritius. But I found an old book about Christian legends hidden in a workshop. Named Mauritius conquered Tassing, but the colony failed. Most of the town was empty until Christian refugees found the town hidden in the valley. Mauritius. Anyway, when Sister Mario, okay, Marie, when Sister Mario said she saw a ghost, I thought it must be Mauritius trying to get us out. A Roman ghost could be happy about this tower being turned into an abbey kitty. What did you do with his books? Oh well, I had it with me in the kitchen one day and I accidentally laid the fire poker on it. It must be completely destroyed. It's unreadable. Fuck me. Besides, the story gave me the ideas. Thanks for telling me about the book, sister. I won't tell Mother Francisca. God bless you, sister. An art studio. Workshop is covered in dust. Sister's workshop. Used to make badges and art for pilgrims coming to see. Looks like everything was just left here after the fire. We can't substitute in painting and the poor Clares don't produce goods for sale, so we have no reason to be in here. But art allows us to find beauty in life. I agree, but that's not the role of the poor Clares. Mother Francisca considers art an adaptation into hedonism. Really? Mother Francisca doesn't let us come in here unless to put something in storage. I've come in a few times and noticed some of the brushes have gone missing. Paint pots, too. One of the sisters is secretly painting. One of the sisters is secretly painting. I'd be surprised if the twins managed to sneak their way in. Oh God, no, we all live close together. Because I think it's sad the workshop is left like this. Truthfully, Magdalene, I don't think you should join the convent. Oh, couvent. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. It's pissing me off. Fucking Google Translate, help me out here. English. Convent. God, it sucks. It's much cooler in Latin. Conventum. I don't think you should join the convent. Convent. Oh, I hate this word. Convent. It just doesn't sound good. Even if that's not what you were here to do anyway. Your truth talks about you and you seem to love your art. Thought you'd hate it here. Thought I'd hate it here, that's true. And the old parchment is different from the others. Oh, I thought it was going to be the with the purple ink. Looks like you scrapped from a manuscript. There's something written in Latin in the margin. It's the old waterhouse. Mithrium of Tassing had been destroyed by a flood. Mithrium. That's not the... Benedicta found. Why would someone have written that manuscript? Where's the rest of the book? I don't know, it's not a word I've ever heard before. There's certainly nothing in the coven by that name. Well, that note says the Mithraeum destroyed. I have Google Translate open. Wait one sec. I'm cheating. Fuck. Mithraeum. Okay, it tells me it's a Mithraeus, but I don't know what a Mithraeus is, so it doesn't help me at all. I'm not going to dive deeper into that. That would be cheating too much. Old badges are beautiful. I hope the pilgrims who bought them love them too. Well, you've seen the entire convent. There's not much here. What do you think of it? I can see why people choose to leave, but it's not for me, not without art. True. I would also hate to live in a place without art. And I'm playing art right now. It's been so long since I've spoken to anyone from outside the I hate this fucking word! Convent. 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 Is that what they were saying? I'm sorry, I hit you. Convent. I'm gonna say cloister. No. Now you have me thinking about whether or not I should remain. I think you should. I was holding A, and I was about to let go just instinctively because I thought the first one would be go. Thank God I didn't let go, and I'm still holding on to it because this is what I want to say. Sisters taking care of me, they love me, I love them. Even if this life wasn't my choice, they accepted me. Who knows, maybe it will get better in time. Maybe I'll try to help any way I can, even if it's just seeking around the convent wall to say hello. That'll be wonderful, so long as no one found out. Anyway, we should return to Mother before she suspects something. Mother? I didn't learn as much as I had hoped from the mural, but I'm glad I got to meet you. Come, let's find Mother Francisca. She'll be wanting to hear what you thought of this place. Assessment of the poor Clares. The good Lord calling you to life without us as a sister. I think I prefer my books and printing, and in any case I need to finish the mural, then I might take over from my father. An idol for you. Just as Eve had a weaker will than Adam, fucking hell, you are liable to stumble on the fruit of temptation as well. Your community is quite modest compared to the splendor of an old Benedictine house operating under the rule of a powerful abbot. I see why fewer women are drawn to the order these days. God bless. How did your little expedition go? I don't understand. The abbey was so preposterous. Why did the monks rebuild it after the fire? The chapel was beautiful. The stained glass always caught my eyes. There was a great deal of anger and sadness in Tassing that night. The abbot felt the brothers and sisters were no longer welcome in Tassing and moved on. In truth, the abbey's dissolution was inevitable. Pearsall was running out of money and patrons. The riot and fire were simply a particularly awful and painful way to end a monastery. It was one hell of a fucking sentence. Some of the buildings are intact, but all are terribly overgrown. I haven't dared forage in the rubble. I doubt you'd find anything of help for your mural inside other than charred wood and parchment. That's a shame. Maybe if I'm careful. I worry about you sometimes, I really do. Thank you for your help. God bless. It's time. And that illustration, it was like the one in the mine. Is it part of the history of the Abbey of Tassing? It must be written down somewhere. If only the library hadn't burned down with everything in it. The ruins are right here. Maybe not everything was destroyed. Let's go take a look. I'm gonna get fucking destroyed by something falling on my head, I'm sure. It's quite drafty in here. The fucking music, when it kicks in, man, it's so good. Everything collapsed in the fire. I'll have to be careful climbing over this rubble to get past. Oh shit. Oof. Oh no, how do I get out now? I can only go to the tower. This is gonna help me much. I'm gonna climb the vines. It's crazy. I can see all of Tassing from here. Oh, wait, where's the Mithraeum? But I could get down this way. The roof looks pretty stable. That is a crazy idea. We're a crazy gal. So many people were screaming and running around. Flowers. Why does the music just fucking cut out like that? Like it gets fucking ducked by the supposedly incoming sound from the books. That fucking sucks. Cats! The cat. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that sound? The fuck are these? These figures look new. The pink can't be more than a few years old. Someone's done your job for you. Someone's done your job for you already, Magdalene. Who would add new figures to the Dance of Death and why? Who? Someone killed the Baron. And the person who was blamed for it was Ferenc. Someone killed Otto. The person who was blamed for it was Guy. I killed a lot of brothers as as Andreas, and then Andreas burned to death. Must be the Baron. That's Otto. What is that? Run after them, bro. Who is that? Whose face was blurred out? Who is that? Run after them! Whoever was watching must have opened it. Fuck man, who is it? But don't just fucking pass the time like that. Winter is coming. I had to go speak to someone at the mill. Pet that dog. Pet that dog. What's up, Anna? Forgive them their doubt. This was an abrupt turn of events. Not only do you get to paint the mural, now you've also changed the minds of the council. My hat! I can't believe they still have my hat. So it wasn't Big York who was the troublemaker? Father's friend, I stole it from his head. Got out of the habit over time. What brings you up the hill? I'm not sure I want to get mixed up in that. I've been a pillar of testing for generations. I'm afraid I only know a little bit about them. Much of what I've heard from others, Leonard didn't care to talk about the past. Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. My elder sister married out of town to a man in Innsbruck. I was told she died of a fever. I'm so sorry. Wish I could have attended her through birth and healing, but Leonard needed me at home. I was so strange. He nicked himself while shearing the sheep, and 3 days later his arm swelled up in a black ulcer. What the fuck? Didn't pain him, at least at first. He took a fever and passed in his sleep. Town didn't have a doctor at the time. No one knew what to do. Your parents? I'm not sure. I'm curious. My father, temper had led him down dark roads. My parents struggled to love each other as husband and wife should. God called them back to heaven. There is not much else to say. In any case, my grandfather told me the Caviels have lived in Tassing for hundreds of years. Perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, we're part of the old people. They helped to resettle Tasling after the Romans left. Built their new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. He's driven from the court of King Arthur and wanted to kind of straight on this. When I sing my sister's favorite songs to Ulrich, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's alright. You've given me much to consider. I'm just gonna look at my map. I need to go to the Father and the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Oh Father, you have a moment. I have a book. Not as a centerpiece, simply as part of Tassing's history. Consider our saints to be central to Tassing's history. Curacaw's too. But you know there is one saint you're overlooking. Contemplate this. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint. And she visited one of the peasants here in Tassing centuries ago. Virgin Mary gave a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. The first, she told him that she wanted him to tell the Bishop of Freyshing that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freyshing on a short trip. Often given to common people, and it is not our place to question divinity when it manifests plainly before us. Peasant returned to Sassing and had another vision in the fields. The Virgin showed him a labyrinth. Told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark. Why are there so many creaking things in this church? Why didn't she give him the labyrinth the first time? She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark. The bishop attempted to turn the bishop away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. The same image had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with a peasant who told him of the 2 apparitions. The bishop was moved by the peasant story and came here. The peasant would come to Tassing. When the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. Told the bishop to support the town. Also poor. Certainly the support of the bishop must have made it much easier. Makes sense. Vision of this church. Using it ever since. When was the painting made? Maybe 100 years ago, maybe 300. And of course I couldn't tell you the artist, unfortunately. He's been here as long as anyone can remember. Still considering it. God bless you and your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. You know, it's an interesting thing to, because I saw this, you know, big old church. And I see its central piece of the Mother Mary with the labyrinth in her arms. And I'm like, this seems important to the history of this church, of this village, actually. I should put it in the mural. But people who lived here hundreds of years ago, they had pagan gods, and then the Romans have their gods, but I chose not to put either Mars or the paganisms in the first part of the mural. In 100 years from now, maybe this church wouldn't be here anymore. And, you know, this saint, this like labyrinth saint, will become what Mars and paganism is to Magdalene and me right now. I was like, this seems important, but no, that's recency bias. It's as important as paganism, as Rashta and the Wild Hunt, as and Mars, as this right here. What do you think to think about? Go see Werner Stoltz, eh? And the Gertner farm. Let's go see Stoltz. Kraft. Actually, I want to do Stoltz last. I don't really want to go to see him. Who am I talking to? Excuse me? The door hinges at home. Are they in a good working order? Maybe Endris should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but well. Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town have their hinges to rust. Council is looking after the town. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes. What do you think of the idea? It's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other as I see it. If someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. Do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. It makes me feel useful. Speaking of, better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. See you later, George. Jorg. Veronica. And you looking a bit old, my lady. How's the mural going? Said anything to you about it? Mainly he's relieved that they don't need to make a decision about the matter anymore. He runs the farm just fine, but being on the council has made him think he has a say in everything that's going on in Tassing. Town business is all he talks about these days. Those men are bad influences on each other, if you ask me. Now they're chatting on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges? Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door crack? They're just trying to keep the town in order. Councils are just old men looking to feel important. Do better keeping themselves in order first, especially Werner. Anyway, I think it's good for you to be working on the mural. Wish Artemis and Paula would take interest in something like that too. Claire, you're still alive. Well, fucking El Peter's still alive. How are you? How's Klaus? I'll keep praying for you both. The both of you deserve the best. Life's been hard enough for you already. Perhaps let me know if you need any help around the house. I'd be happy to help. The housework. Besides, then we can chat and chatter makes chores pass quickly. But he's a grown man with children of his own. He and Veronica are capable of caring for their own household now. Eva is taking care of Otts. And Ursula and Fabian have their own life together. They don't need me anymore. Oh well. I thank God my children are all grown and prospering, but I do feel there's something missing in my life. After so many years of tending to them and maintaining a home, I don't know what else to do. I wouldn't know what to do if I couldn't keep working in the printing press. Lord has given you a gift. Never let anyone take that from you, even though you're young. You'll make a good life of yourself that way. I'll come by later, alright? See you then, Clara. God bless you, Mag. Why am I here? Father has told me about the history. He was learning I could paint Our Lady. I could. Does that mean I want to? Dad's hereditary is bad. I don't think I've fully accepted it. The best I could do is make him comfortable. Convinced the council. They were skeptical. Something woke me in the middle when I went to the workshop. Yeah. Been given from mother and to enter the convent. I was only able to read a little bit. The Latin is difficult. From what I read, the book talks about various monuments. Sister Gertrude, Altas, Dr. Stelz, and Father Thomas. I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do here. Why am I here? El Peter, potentially? No. Why am I here, game? Why is one of my objectives here? I don't know, I'm just gonna see Werner Stoltz. Fuck this shit. I'm out. Stoltz. Fuck's going on here, bro? Where's your place a goddamn mess? Why is this place such a goddamn mess? Are you depressed? Can't keep it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. I can't be bothered by your lack of literacy. Alright, fuck you then. I'm gonna see Baltus. Who the fuck are you? Ciao, Magdalene. Nagio. Winter's approaching. What is it you say here? Correct that pinching at your nose? What is it saying? Baltus has been explaining many of your funny Bavarian sayings to me. I must admit they are rather charming, even if the language is a bit rough on my tongue. Will you be staying in Tassing long enough to learn more of our funny sayings? I should return to Genoa soon, but Baltus and I still have some business to conduct. It's taken longer than I anticipated to complete. His accounts are complex. I may be forced to remain a few more weeks. Dio, who knows? The numbers are perfectly correct. Baltus has many large accounts to manage and many interests across the continent. I only wish to return to Genoa before any heavy snowfall, otherwise my journey will take twice as long. Grazie Magdalene. Until later. Grazie mille. Books. What a mess. Yes. Cinnamon added to the beer is perfect. From Ceylon. Great cost. For the Christmas celebration. The wheel of time stops for no man. It's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Gesù Cristo c'ha denaro, faça tutto. Who has the money problem? Of course not, it's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. For all of Ignacio's complaint about the cost, the base rye we're using it's free. I imagine it doesn't make much of a difference to the cost. Do I or do I have to have more than enough money to cover everything 10 times over? And I don't want to hear another word about it. The farmers had so much rye this year, they just couldn't use it all. Gret made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out, so why not make beer? Yes, why not? Actually, you might be able to translate something from Latin. Yes. I came across a book about the history of Tassing and I was hoping you could help me read it. I am far too busy for that. Fuck. That's it? I'm out of leads. The doctor's a piece of shit, everyone knew that. Bro's busy. I just sit down and write. I just do it. Something to do at the Gurner farm. I could start working on it. Fuck it, I've already been to that place. Doing work with a mural, I hope doesn't make you sloppy. Doing better than my father. Are your remedies even doing anything? To hear what you're doing. Learning how people settled on the ruins, how the abbey was founded, why our saints are so important to us. It was a lot to take in, but I've settled on my subject. Paint Saint Maurice and Seria and Our Lady of the Labyrinth receiving the Christian settlers. I want to show history how it happened. I'll paint Lady Kirsal founding the abbey from the old Bayard free. Paint the Bavarians settling among the Roman ruins, starting the Christian history of Stassing. This one looks good. The saints in favor of such a mundane portrayal of events is unwelcome. I think all my choices are gonna end up mundane. Mural isn't for your benefit, but to make Tassing look good. It's a strange... It's a strange thing to tell a story that still lives in the hearts of so many people here. Have you ever seen someone lurking around the abbey or heard about it? Night Dr. Schultz. What an asshole. I only have the final part of the mural to finish. How should I paint the revolt? The only name I can remember is the name of the archdeacon who came to Tassing when the Baron was killed. Jacob Estler. Maybe he wrote an account of the revolt. Write to him and ask. And of course I need to write back to Esther too. Archdeacon. My name is Magdine. I'm an artist in the town. I believe you passed through our community. You investigated blah blah blah. Do you remember anything about the case? You see any evidence that might suggest there's some sort of larger conspiracy at work? Dear sister, I hope you're well. Oh, how tremendously happy I am. In relation to you and your parents, it warms my heart. That condition is much worse than he's in so much pain. Dr. Phillips has been, well, he's an useless asshole. Only God knows why he's such a bitter old man, but he's neglected that almost entirely. Some days he doesn't show up, and even if he does, he just snaps instructions at me and rushes off. I just wish I understood why. No one else in Tassing has seen anything, but some of the nuns say they've seen ghosts. Seems to be stepping into a harsh winter. Not skipping ahead too much in time. Oh. True that I have to sleep. I thought we were gonna do that. Let's get here. I love the music, man. Is now the right time. How you doing, father? No, it's not the right time. Evidently. To sleep. Yeah, that sound sucks. It's snowing! How much snow? Night. The past is nigh impossible to traverse. The heavy snow is hard on the horse and me. Anyways, happy Advent, my dear. From Jacob Essler. We're still alive. Mr. Druckern. I do recall the Rothwell case, though it was been over a decade. I'm no longer associated with the office of the Prince Bishop. In fact, I'm no longer associated with the Catholic Church. If you don't mind conversing with a Lutheran, I would tell you what I remember. As a Protestant, investigated several murders as Archdeacon, but none had the curious specter of conspiracy. After the peasant burned Kiersaw, I read a report saying that this conspiracy was behind the murder of the Count Carpenter as well. It's around this time that I did some research of my own into the death of Father Gurnow's predecessor, Father Matthias. I fucking knew it! It's all about the book. While no one suspected foul play at the time, I had reason to believe that his death may be connected to the two other murders. In this case, a serpent had lain coiled in the bosom of your community for decades. It may lay there still. What causes this serpent to awaken every 2 years to stage a new killing? Who knows? It's ill Peter. It's always been ill Peter. I hear that finding the answer to that question may draw you into its reach. However, if you are determined to find the source of the trouble, I believe you must inquire with your neighbors. If your serpent merely sleeps, it may be dangerous to poke into its old resting places. I hope this has been some help to you. May God bless and keep you safe. No reply from Esther this time. It must have been delayed due to the heavy snow. I hope nothing happened to her. This snake. We're gonna find whoever it is. December, late December. Uh-oh. The 24th. Dad. Promise I'll get it done. Perkentoff. It says Perkton and drive evil spirits. You don't need anything. Maybe I should stay home with you today. It's Christmas Eve. It was a note I found in your plans for the murals, just a scrap of parchment. It looked like it came out of an old manuscript. Elaborate writing, purple ink. I don't know why I went full robot there. It just said stop. You know where they came from? Who wrote them? He dropped by with some more firewood. He's not gonna tell me. He's gonna die before. Oh fuck, oh no. Who's at the door? That is Ots. Hey, he calls me by my name. Some nerd shit. Firewood for you and your dad. Thank you, Ots. Your dad. I think he'll stay in bed tonight. I'll do my best to be there. I need to keep working on the mural though. I'm working on the final section. About the revolt, right? It feels weird to talk about. It affected Tassing so much, but we were just kids. I can't remember what happened since I was just a baby. I never even knew my dad. So it makes it difficult. I need to ask those who were already adults that night, but don't want to touch raw nerves. What if you spoke to people while everyone was preparing the Golden Hand Gambit again, get everyone drunk? Clara sometimes talks about that night. Mom too, you might be able to ask them. Washslav and Matilda are the only two Benedictines left living in Tassing. Maybe they'll talk to me. I didn't think of that, still the mural is for Tassing, not for the old abbey. Agnes has always been in Tassing, right? Agnes, the old midwife. I'd go to her if I were you. That said she helped bury everyone who died that night. Might be worth a try. I wrote to the old Archdeacon. He said that the Baron's murder and Otto's death are connected. The man who came to Tassing for the Baron Rothvigel's murder. What if all the deaths in Tassing are connected? I think you're looking for connections that aren't there. Maybe this mural project is getting you. I think there's someone is following you. No, you're supposed to protect me in this situation. Mags, you son of a bitch. That's it. Remembering the revolt. Who holds the bakery now? No one. A ghost. It's Mario. Just fucking bink it right now. He's not a very local. I'll still speak to him, I guess. Came across a book about the history. I stole this. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm leaving. Just fucking making that beer. I don't want to go see the... I'm gonna snoop. Snoop here? He's not here. Why are there so many chairs in this place? He's not here. Interesting. Hmm. They leave some footsteps in the snow. Oh. Oh, I never ended up going to the... in Act 1. When there was all the girls who were supposed to be doing like clothing thingies. I never ended up going. He's not well. I have a small favor to ask. For the project of years in the Wrath House. I'm afraid I won't have much good to say about the matter, but alright. What do you need to know to finish the mural? I was hoping to ask more about the revolt. Everyone but the fucking Miller hated him with good reason. Martin and Kraft. Oh, she's... That's who that is. After your father died, I've got no one left to nag beside you and that husband of yours. Thank God I have the both of you. As a matter of fact, let an old woman have her voices. I reckon because the family's been hard pressed since Peter died. Dusting's lost a good number of folks over the years, and feast days and celebrations make it harder to bear. I mean, in the revolt, right? The revolt, the murder, the fool, Andreas had to meddle and everything. Didn't do too much good if you ask me. Andrei Melas, the artist? That fool Andreas had to meddle and everything. Didn't do too much good if you ask me. I think your father is right in that, and yet he's already meddled enough in Tassing after the Baron's murder that he held more sway than he knew. I can understand it the first time he wanted to save that old monk. I dare say he saved him, he saw him as a father, and it was proven the prior was a witch, so I suppose he did some good for Tassing then. I think Woslaw might be the only person left in Tassing who even remembers the old prior. That's when the trouble started. I say the townsfolk saw a monk killed and the abbot was incensed. Then came the revolt and Andreas Mailer happened to show up nearly the day of Vaudrill's murder. Why didn't anyone stop the peasants? They were in a riot, burning down the abbey. What more could anyone do? A shame it had to happen at all, I think. I knew the revolt was a bad idea from the start. Old Wishlow would be the only one to know what happened inside the old church now before the fire. Some like to say things were always this way. The violence was the only way, but it wasn't. Life got worse over the years. It wasn't like this when I was a child, not in my grandparents' time either. Sure, the abbot was pinching the townsfolk and the peasants were suffering, but to go against the church? Like you said, things weren't always so bad. We fought to make things right. The abbey may be gone, but Tassing has only traded one lord for another. The peasants were so angry over the abbot's perceived injustices they thought they could make it right with even more injustice. Then the abbey caught fire and everyone ran, but by then the soldiers had arrived. The soldier even warned Peter. Nothing would stop him besides steel. But as I see it, the Lord is just as fierce as the abbot was and threatens force at every turn. That's life. You can struggle and die to accomplish something and nothing changes. The dead are luckier. They died believing they changed something. We're stuck with a harsh reality. This is all you've known, Magdalene. You've grown used to it. We all have. You're sharing your story with me. It's important to share our suffering with the younger generations. Maybe they can change something. have to go to the Gertner farm for some reason. Ooh, is the old monk at the inn? I'm guessing I'm gonna go see the inn and see what I can find. The inn. The fuck is going on over here? There's the old... Oh, she's here as well. Lots of people here, huh? Who are you people? Well, if it isn't Magdalene? Whose name's during your stay? Last, it appears the good people testing are the only audience I will have until the peace clear. It seems only right that I attempt to put myself on friendly terms with you and your neighbors. I apologize for not introducing myself sooner. I am Alexander. This is my partner, Cam Sir. We're musicians by trade, travelers by necessity. The weather trapped us on our way back to Würzburg for a Christmas celebration. I had hoped to win the Meister Singer competition there. Members of a guild for lyric poets. But alas, we are trapped here until the page is clear. How are you finding testing? Everyone has been quite kind and no one has thrown anything at me for my music. Considering the circumstances, I'm counting that as a success. I have to admit I was quite upset that I had missed my opportunity to sing at the Meister Singers competition. I practiced so much for it. Turned out to view the last year as a waste. Of course. The older I get, the less comfort I take in the possibilities of the future. Missed opportunities sting more with each passing year. We have an audience here, the people of Tassing. Perform for them I will. I love performing for people wherever I go. When I sing for people, I want to move them. I want to see it on their faces. It's only in that moment that I can connect with them. It's the only truth I know. Meister Singer judges will rate me as they will, but that's not why I want to perform for them. I want to move the masters the way they moved me. Does that make sense? My dad is my teacher and his approval means a lot to me. I think we all want the approval of those who came before us, and someday someone will look to me for approval. Hard to imagine. I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit melancholy, I suppose. It's a long night. Christmas is here. In our darkest hour, the birth of our Savior reminds us that dawn will follow. Perhaps the Christmas feast will lift my spirits. Will I see you there? Almost everyone in town should be there, and I look forward to it until then. Hans. You need something? Lazy arrogant doesn't care for his family. He'll bring shame to the Bauer name one day. I avoid sticking my nose into people's affairs, but Martin... No, I didn't mean to complain. Till later. My good man. God bless you. Hello, Woj. I have another question for you. Woshlav. When I was exploring the abbey for the mural background, I stumbled upon some stray cats. Were there a lot of cats during your time? There were a lot of cats. There were always cats around the abbey, but one summer they started begging for food. Persistent little creatures. Brother Lucas swears he never fed them, but I have my doubts. They seem to have made the abbey their home now. At least someone is making use of that old structure. Thank you for telling me. But this is not all I'm here to talk about. What the f... I got so many questions for you. Why do we talk about cats? How's the weather? We've been preparing the feast in here all day. Colder than usual. Nice we're in here where we can keep our fingers warm. Your fingers out of my dough, Master Bauer. I didn't do anything. You snuck your little fingers into my cookie dough 3 times today. Do it again and I'll wrap your knuckles with the back of my spoon. He's really fucking beating that meat. You need enough dough to make cookies for the entire town. Anyways, what did you come in for, Magdalene? You could tell me what you remember of the revolt. I was too young to remember most of it. No one seemed to talk about it, and Mistress Matilda and Master Wilslav, you are the only ones who used to live at the abbey. The only ones who stayed anyway. Matilda and I had been friendly enough with the people in town. Put it behind us in time. You can imagine the other brothers had little reason to remain. Old Adok made it out. I think Father Gurno paid for him to go back to an abbey in Cornwall. Not sure what happened to the others, all gone in any case. The whole thing is a sensitive subject, Magdalene. Why are you asking? I want to honor everyone who fought in the revolt. For the sake of seeing it portrayed right, I'll tell you what I remember. I'll cut out some cookies. Okay, fine. Birds. This should save the most cookie dough, I think. I need to be in frame. This is perfect. Saving so much cookie dough. Fuck. Okay. This one is super efficient. Bird one is super efficient. Do we really need any other shapes? The hell? I have enough space. Okay, let's switch things up. Some hearts. Me with the bird again. Okay, I don't have enough space for the circles. Maybe one circle. Fuck, no, it's the edge. Fuck. Making some more of these. Run out of space. It still looks pretty good. Better keep going if you have anything but precision tonight. Alright, came into town. The revolt and wanted everyone to leave the abbey alone. Well, for once he left the peasants' cause after that. He's never forgiven himself for that. That won't bring any of them back though, will it? Not Magdalene or Klaus's fault. There were some people who wanted to talk. Master Mailer worked hard to keep the peace, but after Alla was killed... Oh, Andreas, a shame how he died. We at the monastery were fond of him. That said, he was instrumental in keeping the revolt from getting out of hand. He regrets not standing by him. He had a personal dinner with the abbot to try and discuss things, I believe. Pity they couldn't come to agreements. Did a lot of good for Tassing and Kearsall too, even if the old abbot failed to admit that. Even revealed corruption in our own midst. The old prior Fernie had been doing witchcraft in the church. I know your father does too. Would it have been best to leave the matter alone? No. We couldn't even collect in the forest without a fee. Dad kept saying we couldn't live with higher and higher taxes. The night Otto died, the abbot was trying to excommunicate everyone for celebrating St. John's Eve. A lot of people thought the abbot killed him in revenge. Turns out it was Brother Guy. He was embezzling funds from the abbey. Until after Otto and Ulrich, that was too much. We burned the mill with both bastards inside. The abbot promised to help if Andreas found the person who killed Otto. All we wanted was to talk. Didn't you say that you burned down the mill? Yes, but only to protect ourselves. Leinhard had Guy, both murderers. It was too much for Peter. Einar was one thing, he just killed Ulrich, but to burn the abbey? But when the Lanks saw the fire, they thought they had another revolution on their hands. Even Father Gruno couldn't stop them, we all fled. Florian saved as many as he could, but Peter was wrong to burn the abbey. But what the soldiers did, that was awful. Thought the knights were supposed to protect people like in Parzival. Rarely does real life match the heroism of stories, Magdalene. Dad died protecting me, stabbed in the chest. I don't even remember what he was wearing, but I remember how dark the blood was when we found him. Almost black and sticky, like trackle. Dad socked one of those soldiers in the face, but another was right there, and... We stopped talking about this? Good luck. Are you not setting dinner for the Christmas? What is it that I have to do at the Gertner farm, man? I don't know. Gertrude, Baldus, Dr. Stoltz, and even Father Thomas be able to read it to me. I guess I'll ask Father Thomas. The book. Where the fuck is the goddamn priest? Does the game want me to come here? Hey, Tursa. Memorizing with Lost in the Vault, I'll answer a few questions. Ursula Sayre is so fucking fiery, man. So cool. What did you want to know? Did the revolt have anything to do with the other murder that happened in Tassing? I only remember that Andreas attempted to be a peacekeeper in both situations. I suppose that's when things started going poorly. So which people weren't as willing to trust the abbey anymore. And the abbot became more severe. He didn't like that the prior's death rattled his control of Tassing. He still thinks that the old prior cursed the town. That's when crops started fading. I don't know about any of that, but his taxes and restrictions and his attitude towards us became harsher after that. And it was all we could do is live by them, but it eventually became too much. Even with all the restrictions, was the revolt really justified? I keep hearing conflicting stories about how it began. I know things were bad for peasants, but was it worth all the loss? I know things were bad for the peasants, but you wouldn't remember it. But the abbot forced us to starvation. We would have died either way. We did everything we could to keep things from getting violent, but the Lord had other plans. I remember how sick and hungry I was all the time. Grandpa kept saying I hadn't. I was fine until one of the brothers killed Otto in retaliation for finding out just how corrupt the abbey was. But my husband won't let that rest. We all wanted justice. When the soldiers arrived and threatened us, all the townsfolk pulled away except for you and Ulrich, Gret. Oh, Clara, I'm afraid even I was intimidated. I begged Ulrich to leave the matter be. My husband alone stood with the peasants. Why did all the peasants revolt anyway? So many people died. They must have known it wouldn't succeed. Why did all the peasants revolt anyway? So many people died. They must have known it wouldn't succeed. My father is unique in that regard. Most of us see the revolt's failure as proof that it was doomed from the start. I believe the entire town banded together, we likely could have succeeded without violence at all. Then we were so starved and wanted justice so much, Peter truly thought success was possible. There was still some discussion. Ulrich and Andreas wanted peace. And that fucking Miller protected that tonsured bastard. He always hated us, though he thought he was better than us. Rest of the language. It's true, Lansart even shot Ulrich out of nowhere. It was unprovoked. Always did hate the rest of the townsfolk, and he would take advantage of anyone he could. My husband sought peace to the last. He was a martyr to us. Thought the miller shot Ulrich to retaliate, but after that, Peter couldn't be stopped. They tried to shoot Peter, I'm pretty sure. I mean, they don't know that. Burning out the abbey was a grim night, and the soldiers coming in. The men fought to protect us, to protect Tassing, and many died in that fight. We got rid of the abbot, and all the monks, at least. That is some comfort, if only a little. Are there any heroes of Tassing I should memorialize? Bad, definitely. Peter always wanted the best for Tassing, even if he acted rashly by setting fire to the abbey. I hope you can portray him in the best light, Magdalene. Rather not talk about that night anymore. I hope we provide enough insight for your work. It's gonna be a hard choice. Time to go to the Tomans for the peck and tough. What's little Peter doing? What the fuck? It's too damn cold. I wouldn't miss the pension for the world. He got my hat. He's nothing to be scared of. See the Precton? Romantic goddess, Precton are supernatural creatures. Precton. Another one. I wanna go see my dad. I wanna make sure he's still alive. Oh no, Ots is drunk. Fuck, this is bad. This one's irresponsible. Alexander and Cats look like they're going to play something too. Seeing all of them every year, I can't keep them straight. On behalf of the town council, I wanted to thank everyone for coming tonight. This year has been tough on all of us. Klaus. Oh yeah. My father. And yet, the Lord has blessed us with each other. Baltus. Yeah, thanks, Baltus. Beer. Grazie, grazie. Today we have come to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. The music, huh? No fucking music.
In dulce jubilo, nun singet und seid froh, unsers Herzens Wonne liegt in Praesepio und leuchtet als die Sonne matris in Gremio. Alpha es et O, Alpha es et O.
Damn, Smokey's here. My guy.
O Jesu Pargule, nach dir ist mir so weh, tröst mir mein Gemüte, o puer optime, durch alle deine Güte, o Princeps Gloriae, trae me poste, trae me poste.
Merry Christmas. What the fuck? It's a good reminder of everything we still have. We all needed to hear it. A bit simple, I think, but not bad. I can give some my voice a real fry sometimes. I liked it well enough. I guess someone had to say something. It's only right that it should be a council member. Though, I do have some problems with the highs coming in sometimes. Well, Werner is someone on the council make a speech. I didn't particularly want it to be me, but Yorick did it justice. Ignis aurum prot, miseria fortis viros. Fire is the test of gold, misery is the proof of strong men. No question the revolt left passing worse off, but seeing the town now gives me hope. You're an artist, I think you can see it too. But life was already terrible before that night. The revolt burned away the dead wood that had rotten, tasking for decades. God knows my father was an evil man. His death released me from fear's years of fear. The revolt gave me the courage to face him, to become better than him. I think something of the same happened when the abbey was destroyed. Things had gone on as they always did. Well, I thought we'd be having such a Christmas feast tonight. Cost was high, but resulted in just as much joy as grief. And thought about it that way. To the revolt, I could marry Paul and we could supply grain to peasants at a fair price. Our children will grow up without the fear that rolled over my life as I got older. No moment in life is entirely good or bad, Magdalene. What matters more is how we choose to see it. Don't forget to take some time to have fun tonight, alright? Cookies. I wish I had cookies. Veronica. Enjoying the celebration? Even Grandpa's enjoying himself. This winter's been difficult for his gout. I've missed one Christmas procession in my life and I'll be goddamned if some snow stops me. I'm gonna die. What the fuck is Oltz doing, bro? What's he doing? Paul told me to put you up to making a speech in the first place. Would you do it? Warner kept going on about how someone should say something. Paul said that I was the most charismatic of anyone on the council. He said I would make the least amount of people angry over it. I never thought I'd be someone people in testing listened to. We didn't always have a council though. It wasn't until the night of the revolt, really, that I felt like I could do things on my own, be my own man. I loved my father, but what he did, I thought it had doomed the town. A lot of terrible things happened all at once. No one could shoulder all the blame themselves. My dad chose violence. He chose to destroy the abbey. I went along with him because he was my dad. He had to be right. That night was the first time I thought any different. I learned that night that you can fight for something right and still choose the wrong way to do it. And I swore that I would never let that happen again. Revolt broke down everything I thought I knew about Tassing, about myself. And it made a lot of things better for Tassing. And that makes me hopeful. Well, our new lord is strict, but he made a deal with us. The council lets us govern ourselves. As much as I was grumbling earlier today, York is right. Life changed in Tassing, and even though the first few years were hard, we're better for it now. No abbot looking down on us, making stupid laws that he sees fit. Our lord lives days away. As long as we pay our taxes. Don't you talk ill of my son, boy. He gave you everything he had, God rest his soul. I know, Grandpa. Choosing to live differently than your dad was brave. God grants us the courage to live with our actions. I've done the best I can to do right by the town and Dad. Another for me, Yori. Eileen? No, thank you. I have a mural to sketch and a snake to find. Not to you, you dumb son of a bitch. How's that mural coming along in the rat house? Almost finished with it, I hear. Clear you can handle yourselves. You made it back without any problems. Bro, he's fucking, look at him, he's swaying over there. What is? What you doing? I just warn you about the dangers. Not that I told you to go digging about their mind. I'm working on depicting the revolt, but I think I angered Agnes when I asked her about it. That's right, you were just a few years old. Well, then, God, has it been that long? Don't worry about Anya, she gets cranky, but she's never truly upset with anyone. It took years for Tasking to recover after that night. Otto would be proud of what the town has accomplished. Seeming that what the town became. It is. I pray that St. Maurice has blessed him in heaven for all the work Otto did in his name. I'm sure that the Lord has made a space for him, Eva. You know, Magdalene, I think he would be especially proud of you for memorizing testing in the mural. He would be thrilled to think that you'd become a part of the family. Fuck no. I could talk to Big Yor again. Hello, Chandler. You're nearly done with the mural. Last time you talked, you said you were working on the final portion. I don't mean to nag, but that's Veronica's job. Wow. Well, to honor what the peasants stood for, I'll show Otto giving a speech and the soldiers in the distance. Fuck, we got two good ones. Otto, or the people who died and their families. I wish I could do both. Obviously not the middle one. But this one, you have, you know, peasants founding the city, you know, strong, or you have peasants founding the city and turmoil. I wish I could do this one into that one, into maybe, you know, one about the Christmas one, so we, you know, we have a good ending to it. Fuck, this is a hard decision. I don't fucking know, bro. I don't fucking know. I think it's important. I'm gonna do it with this one. Maybe Klaus was the better pick to fuck. I don't know if I made the right choice, but I feel like that's what my dad would have wanted to represent. No? Wanted to represent us to learn from our mistakes. I think. That's the No, that's the purple notes music. What's happening? What the fuck? The fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And why was it coming from the left? What's happening at my house? My house is just there. What the fuck's happening at my house? What the fuck? What is she talking about? No, who is he? Oh no. Oh fuck. I knew it. I knew he was gonna die. Fuck me, man. Who is that? He's an old man. Who is he? Oh fuck. Oh. What the fuck's going on? Wait, is this Andreas? Just... Andreas. I fucking knew it didn't die! Casper saved me. What would have happened if I had successfully convinced him to go? What would have happened? Would I have actually died? No, he went back in. Fuck! Ah! Mithrium. What the fuck? Bro, that pickaxe looks so out of place. What the fuck? Like everything is like a drawn background and then that thing is like an asset. And it looks so out of place. What the hell is that? Cornelius. Cornelius today in 6 Mithraeum. Cornelius goes to the baths today and completes the 6th rank in the Mithraeum. You see? For cults of Mithras. You know that Mithraeum. You know there was Mithraeum, but it's just some Gruffalo. How does that help us from graffiti? A warning would be nice. For me, Manu Propria. Andres is not looking good. Oh, this was the, oh, I remember now. Wait, what the hell are we supposed to do? Alright, it's probably in the bathhouse. I have to look at the ground. Where can I go? Uh-huh. I'm him now. It is fucking creepy. Oh, who the fuck is that up there? Just stick drift there. No. What the fuck? Motherfucker. The fuck's going on? What is that? Who the hell is this telling me? Is that the first? Oh. Oh, it's the girl, it's the prophet girl. Her grave, she dug down to it. That's fucking crazy. The grave, of course, the grave. Damn, that's so cool. And she has cool ink though. The hell? Was all the father? The father all along? Damn. What the fuck? What the fuck? How are we gonna make it out? It's fucking crazy. Fuck, even when I understand everything, they leave me with the hardest choice of all. I don't know if it's the hardest choice of all, but... Maybe if we had convinced Caspar to leave, and if Andres, it would be Caspar here. But there's no way because there was the whole fucking dream sequence with the labyrinth. Did you just fucking die in the middle of my story? What's going on? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, the new priest. Elias. Who the fuck is Elias? I'm going to Bohemia. To Prague. God, her ink is so cool. That's fucking Andreas. What does the mural look? Oh, I'm Andreas now. I walk so slowly. Why do I walk like that? Gotta go up the window. I want to see what the mural looks like, bro. There's the mural.
Ein schönes Waldenland. Der Eichenbaum wuchs dort so hoch.
I'm happy I chose this one.
Die Veilchen nickten sanft. Es war ein Das küsste mich auf Deutsch, man sprach auf Deutsch. Man glaubt, es kam wie Goethes Klang. Das Wort, ich
What the fuck? First, this is gonna get burned at the stake. Wait, what the fuck? What the hell? And he had so many kids. I was probably writing that as the nun, no? Or maybe as Andreas. What an interesting game. All right. Let's go to Maker. Sheesh. Pentiment's not even in here, fuck. uh, content. Nope. Files, content, short games, Pentiment. Boom. Mid. Alright. Mid. Pentiment. Where do we think it's going to end up? It's really hard. It's really hard to rate Pentiment. Because it's a point and click, right? So the moment-to-moment gameplay isn't very thrilling. The detective stuff is interesting, but it's nowhere close to Return of the Obra Dinn. The style is cool, but the audio required a lot more work. The story it's trying to tell is very interesting. Pentiment is a very hard game to rate because it had interesting characters, but I feel like I didn't get to know them enough. Like my favorite moment in the game, one of my favorite moments in the game is the conversation that you have as Andreas with Illuminata when she's just the library keeper, about the different books that you have to bring back to her and what her interpretations of those works are. I think that was one of the most interesting parts of the game, just in terms of like character building and world building and putting us into the world that we are. And I think it's a good setup for chapter 3 because it sets up what a woman's place is in this world at this time. I mean, there's a lot of interesting. This game is doing a lot of interesting stuff in terms of narrative. It's not doing it's doing a lot of interesting stuff in terms of narrative, but I mean, there's no much gameplay. It's a point and click, obviously. What I'm trying to figure out is it better than Citizen Sleeper? Because if it's better than Citizen Sleeper, I think Citizen Sleeper is top of C. Then it might be B. Otherwise, it's C. Like, is it better than Halo? I don't know. I think Pentiment, I felt more attached to the story than Halo, but Halo obviously had more interesting gameplay because it's an actual, game. It's a very, very hard game to rate in the tier list like this. Rating games is hard, especially when compared to each other. Fuck me, man. This is so hard. This is like really, really hard. The story was very interesting. I was very intrigued by the story. But I felt a lot of the time like I didn't know where I was going. This game has so many good things going for it and a lot of bad things going for it. I'm gonna put it, let's see. I think it's top of C, but we'll see exactly where it ends up at the end of the year. But I think that's where I'm putting it for now. As a gut feeling. I'll probably come back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Short games 12. I probably will come back, at the end of the year and move things around. But this is my gut feeling currently. Okay. It's time to roll game for next week. You know what that means. Alright, here we fucking go. I'm hoping for Jusant or Golden Rise of the Golden Idol personally. And it's going to be... Oh, it's called Unpacking. Alright. I'm down for some unpacking, to be honest. How long is Unpacking? Save. to beat unpacking. It's 3 to 4 hours. All right, the goal is to beat this in a single stream. We're beating this in one stream, Monday. The satisfying putting things away game. Goal is to beat it in the single stream, and then we'll roll something else for the rest of the week. Well, thank you for watching. Let's go raid someone real quick. Let's go find someone to raid. Not TV. Where you have to sort things in perfect shapes. No, it's the one where you're someone moved. You're playing someone who's moving at different stages of their life. You know, there are different moves. You know, maybe they moved to a childhood home, and then they moved when they got to college, and then they move again when, you know, they find a first job, when they get a boyfriend, or etc. And so you and your job is to put things away. Is to, like, you have boxes of their moving, their déménagement, and your goal is just to put things away. And through the objects that you have to put away, you discover things about the characters, how their lives have changed, how they've evolved. It looks very interesting. Okay, and I followed a lot of people. Let's. Who are we rating? Is anyone playing this game? Anyone playing this goddamn game? 6 viewers. Yeah, there is someone playing this game. Let's go raid them right now. See what they're up to.
Oh, I recognize that.
Slash raid. Gonna be a total discovery for me. Oh, you have no idea about unpacking? Oh yeah. I should be able to bink it in just one stream and finish it till Monday. And then hopefully, maybe on Tuesday we roll Rise of the Golden Idol. Could be fun. Alright. Get this raid going. And